Hello from Seattle. Kumusta kayo mga kapatid? I know that
Mabuti
this
po.
pandemic, that's good, has been very
Mabuting
challenging.
mabuti.
Okay. Okay. I know that this pandemic has been very challenging to everyone. But I hope that you have been not only surviving, but also thriving. That in the midst of our difficulties, you are also looking for opportunities for growth. May we be inspired by what the Apostle Paul said to the Romans in Romans 5:4. Dahil sa pagtitiis, nagiging matibay ang karakter natin at nagbubunga to ng pag-asa. Dahil sa pagtitiis, nagiging matibay ang karakter natin at nagbubunga to ng pag-asa. May we also be reminded that by what the disciple Matthew said to the early Christians in Matthew 7:7 to 8, humingi kayo at bibigyan kayo. Maghanap kayo at makahanap kayo. Kumatok kayo at pagbubuksan kayo dahil makakatanggap ang bawat humihingi, makakahanap ang naghahanap, at pagbubuksan ang bawat kumakatok. Mga kapatid, God hears our prayers. But I also believe that God requires our participation in helping ourselves. Amen? The Bible says that faith without works is dead. Do you agree? So, my friends, are you working towards what you're praying for? Are you working towards what you're praying for? I'm grateful to my dear friends, Bishop Vittorio, Campo, Michael, and Christy Kurgasin, for this second opportunity to continue sharing with you my thoughts about personal finance, which came from many years of training, observation, and personal experience. Financial education is my ministry, as I said last month. It is my calling. My purpose is to bring financial awareness to people because I believe that everyone and every family deserve to have a better life. If I can, if I can help increase your success and chances in life today, that will make my heart sing. Last month, our topic was what is financial security and can I have it? What is financial security and can I have it? Today, it is about preparing for a successful retirement. Not just retirement, but for a successful retirement. How to have a successful retirement. So that's the subject of our conversation this morning. My proposal is to go over 10 areas that include the following: a quick review of the 5 success principles that we have talked about earlier. Number 1, count your blessings. Number 2, family first. Number 3, develop your sense of purpose. Number 4, be open to change. And number 5, pursue excellence. Then I like to add 3 more: be a blessing, the lens principle, and the learning principle. Be a blessing, the lens principle, and the learning principle. If you've noticed, I don't talk only about money. I really like talking about these subjects, especially because I believe that personal growth is essential for our personal growth. What we have financially is the direct result of what we have become personally. What we have financially is the direct result of what we have become personally. Without personal growth, my friends, without personal growth, financial growth is difficult or even impossible to take place. Without personal growth, financial growth is difficult or even impossible to take place. Do you agree? Number two, we'll cover that's my personal story. I'll go over it a little bit so that you'll know where I'm coming from, especially those who missed uh, last month's webinar. Number three, successful retirement defined. What does successful retirement mean to you? What does successful retirement mean to you? Number four, what is longevity risk? Have you ever heard of that? Longevity risk? When you retire, will you have enough money to live on for the rest of your life? When you retire, will you have enough money to live on for the rest of your life? Number five, matching income with expenses. Matching with income with expenses during retirement. What are your income and expenses when you retire? What are your income and expenses when you retire? Number six, getting your retirement on track. Getting your retirement on track. Are you on track with your retirement? Number seven, filling the retirement expenses income gap. Filling the retirement expenses and income gap. What can you do now to reduce or eliminate your budget deficit when you retire? What can you do now to reduce or eliminate your budget deficit when you retire? Number eight, what is financial wellness? What is financial wellness? Wellness. What has to happen to change your finances for the better? What has to happen to change your finances for the better? Number nine, preparing for a successful retirement. Preparing for successful retirement. This is the action planning. What are your top three action steps that you must stop doing, do more, and do less? I always like to end my webinars with some program of action. You know, it's not enough to just, you know, listen, know, and then get inspired. Because if you don't have a checklist that you should be committing yourself to, how can you make changes in your finances and in your life? Number 10, I will be uh, going over some concluding remarks very quickly. Then at the end, we can do a Q&A if that's okay with you. Would that be okay, Kier? I'm available. So if we're good. Let's go. Ready? So review of the five success principles plus three more. That's topic number one. Okay, I'll go through this quickly because they are a review. Number one, count your blessings. Counting your blessings to me is the most powerful principle that can influence your life, your work, your relationships, and yes, also your finances. When we count our blessings, it keeps us rooted in humility and gratefulness because we acknowledge that everything we have comes from God. As a result, being positive, giving, and helping become a way of life. By counting our blessings, we tend to become more productive at what we do and we become better in our finances. This success principle is our faith, our relationship with God, which is represented by the vertical element of the cross, and it is the foundation of what we do and how we live. Do you agree? My friends, do you always count your blessings? Do you always count your blessings? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. Number two, family first. If family comes first in all your decisions, you cannot go wrong. If you put your family secondary to your work, hobbies, vices, or friends, like what I've done in the past, and that was a big mistake, usually that doesn't end well, right? For me, happy wife is happy life. Happy wife is happy life. I can be more productive at work when my family are happy because then I'm not distracted. And as a result, I can focus more on my goals and become more productive. My friends, do you always put your family first in your priorities? Do you always put your family first in your priorities? Definitely, definitely, correct? Correct. Number three, develop your sense of purpose. Develop your sense of purpose. Our sense of purpose gives us reason to fight for life and to do well in life for ourselves, for our loved ones, our friends, for our church, community, and country, right? Without a sense of purpose, life can be meaningless and boring. With a sense of purpose, life can be exhilarating and fulfilling. Studies show that having a sense of purpose also helps with building our immunity, longevity, and even reduces one's risk of Alzheimer's disease. Okay? My friends, what is your purpose? What is your purpose? Number four, be open to change. Be open to change. The way we respond to change defines our future, and it even affects our situation right now, including the state of our finances. I've been observing people through the years, including my clients, friends, and even my own relatives. And I've noticed that those who are open minded and flexible have done way much better than those who are close minded and rigid, who usually also tends to be pessimistic in life and have an attitude. When we stop growing, that's when we begin dying. When we stop growing, that's when we begin dying. By embracing change, we can continue to grow. By embracing change, we can continue to grow. Do you agree? Do you agree? My friends, do you resist change or do you embrace change? Do you resist change or do you embrace change? Embrace change, right? Embrace change. Number five, pursue excellence. Pursue excellence. Are you satisfied being average? Are you satisfied being average? Or are you rather competitive and like to win? Or are you rather competitive and like to win? Competitive and like to win, di ba? Sure kayo? The biggest obstacle to our progress is usually in our head, the way we think, the way we think. Now, are you feeding your mind with negative and limiting thoughts? Are you feeding your mind with negative and limiting thoughts, such as money is the root of all evil, having more money is materialistic, I'm not good enough, what if I fail, what if they say no? Or are you feeding it with positive and empowering thoughts? Are you feeding it with positive and empowering thoughts, such as, I am a winner, I am a winner. I believe in the best for myself. I believe in the best for myself. I'm blessed. I am blessed. Positive and empowering thoughts. Those are your brain food. Correct? My friends, our actions are driven by our emotions, and our emotions are driven by what we think. Our actions are driven by our emotions, and our emotions are driven by what we think. That's why when we think, we might we might as well think big and think being successful instead of thinking small and thinking of failure. Are you with me? My friends, are you satisfied being good enough? Or would you rather want to do much better? Are you satisfied being good enough? Or would you rather want to do much better? Want to do much better, right? Three more success principles. There you go. So this will be number six. Be a blessing. Be a blessing. If counting our blessings is our relationship with God, being a blessing is our relationship with others. That's what the cross also symbolizes. The vertical element keeps us rooted in our faith, and the horizontal element keeps us in service to others. The vertical line is the first greatest commandment, which is to love God with all our heart, mind, and soul. And the horizontal line is the second greatest commandment, which is to love our neighbor ourselves. Amen. Becoming a blessing is the fruit of being grateful. So helping others and making a difference should come naturally, right? By carrying our own cross daily, we are moving towards a better life. By carrying our own cross daily, we are moving towards a better life. My friends, are you a blessing to others? Are you a blessing to others? Absolutely,
Amen.
right? Number seven, the lens principle. The lens principle. John Maxwell, a pastor, best-selling author, and authority on leadership, in his book called Winning with People, lists 25 people principles that work for anyone every time. One of these principles is called the lens principle. The lens principle goes like this. Ready? Who we are determines the way we perceive everything. Who we are determines the way we perceive everything. We cannot separate our identity from our perspective. All that we are and every experience that we've had color how we see things. It is our lens. All that we are and every experience that we've had color how we see things. It is our lens. Each one of us has his or her own feel, opinion, or bias, and that colors our view of everything. You see, what is around us does not determine what we see. What is around us that does not determine what we see. What is within us does. The way we see others is a reflection of ourselves. The way we see others is a reflection of ourselves. If I am a trusting person, I will see others as trustworthy. I will see others as trustworthy. If I am a critical person, I will see others as critical. If I am a caring person, I will see others as compassionate. Our personality comes through when we talk about others and interact with them. So, how do we attract nice people to our lives? How do we attract nice people to our lives? By being a nice person ourselves, right? By being a nice person. And how do we see the positive in our experiences or circumstances? How do we see the positive in our experiences or circumstances? By being positive in our mindset and outlook. By being positive in our mindset and outlook. Correct? My friends, what is your perception of others and of your situation, especially now? What is your perception of others and of your situation, especially now? Positive. Yes, positive. Number eight, the learning principle. The learning principle. Here's another one of John Maxwell's people principles. These principles goes like this. Each person we meet has the potential to teach us something. Each person we meet has the potential to teach us something. Everybody has something to share, something to teach us. But that's true if and only if we have the right attitude. Correct? So, What kind of attitude do we have when it comes to learning from others? What kind of attitude do we have when it comes to learning from others? According to John Maxwell, all people fall into one of these three categories. Number one, no one can teach me anything, which is the arrogant attitude. No one can teach me anything, which is the arrogant attitude. Number two, someone can teach me everything. Someone can teach me everything, which is the naive attitude, which is the naive attitude. Number three, someone can teach me something. Someone can teach me something, which is the teachable attitude. Teachable attitude. My friends, when we take the arrogant attitude, we probably don't realize we probably don't realize how much we are hurting ourselves. The reality is that no one is too old, too smart, or too successful to learn something new. Diba? The only thing that can come between a person and his her ability to learn and improve is a bad attitude. The people who learn the most are not necessarily the ones who spend time with the smartest people. They are the ones with a teachable attitude. My friends, do you approach people with a desire to learn from them? Do you approach people with a desire to learn from them? You want to learn from them, right? Mga kapatid, you know, it's about my personal story. I know how it is to live in scarcity, and I also know how it is to live in abundance. I have experienced both, so I know the difference. I don't know about you, but for me, I choose abundance. I choose abundance. When I was growing up, the lack of money was always a problem at home. Like in most homes, food on the table was apportioned. Many times when I was still starving, I just drank more water or I just slept on it. Almost daily, there was an argument or fight about money even after devotions or prayers. Can you believe that? When I graduated from elementary, and I think I have some classmates in elementary here, I had to force my feet. I probably did not notice it. I had to force my feet into my outgrown black Spartan rubber shoes, which were the only pair I had. So I had no choice. I also cannot forget when in grade school, I had to go to class barefoot for about 2 days, either because there was no money to buy no slippers or because it was not a priority. In high school, I only had two pants and three t-shirts that I alternated and two pairs of shoes, including one for the required CMT, citizen military training. Most times, there was no snacks or money, so again, I had to drink more water, which was still free at the time, unlike today where water is now bottled for sale. I also cannot forget when my friend, this is UMYF days, Henry, my friend Henry, who's now in Baguio, and I went to Anda, Pangasinan in 1980 to help the annual conference youth there to build a church building in Tori, one of the barangays of Anda, Pangasinan. Pete Torio, now our awesome bishop, Kim Vidal, now an ordained pastor, Lloyd Lagman, Joy Daniwan, and a few others were there. Henry got sick with chickenpox. And here's another big problem. Henry and I, we did not have money for bus fare to go back to Manila because we did not sell enough Pananaw copies to generate cash for our bus fare. So we got stuck there for a while. We got stuck there for a while. When I attended my first international conference in India in 1981 as the church youth delegate to the Christian Conference of Asia, I had to borrow money and a better pair of shoes to wear because the ones I had were already worn out and I cannot afford to buy a new one. I also had to borrow a luggage bag. Coming to America in 1983, life was also a struggle for many years, especially in the beginning. I had to start working right away, sorting mail within 3 days upon my arrival, because even though the pay was minimum wage, which was about $3.35 per hour back then, 3.35, I had to pay back the money that I borrowed for my passport and processing fees, airport fees, and plane tickets. And I had to support my nephew and my niece attending college. I did that job for about a year until I found work that paid me more. So my salary went up to $4.50 per hour, 450. You see, unless you're a nurse, physical therapist, respiratory or occupational therapist, or an engineer, those of us who come to America usually have to start all over again, usually from the bottom of the ladder. Then I met my wife in 1984. She had been working as a caregiver for 3 years and at the same time reviewing for her US medical board exam. She was the youngest among five children and the only one who went to college. They were also poor, and her father was a small farmer. Because she had become sick and tired of their situation, she regarded herself as the last opportunity to change her family's future. So, no matter what it took, she was committed to pursue medicine when her father was already in his 70s and to come to America right after passing her medical board exam. We got married in 1995 and went to New York City because that was where she got accepted for her residency training in psychiatry. In our first 3 years together, we were so poor that on two occasions, I had to walk about 10 miles or about 16 kilometers to work because we did not have the money for my bus fare. We also, for 2 years, did not even dare to do the drive-through at McDonald's for fear that we did not have enough money and would only get embarrassed. I even had to sell my bicycle so that we can pay the $300 rent for apartment and send money to the Philippines. It was living paycheck to paycheck, my friends. And oh, by the way, we almost did not get married anymore after two marriage licenses had expired because we cannot even afford to pay for the $65 that the judge required for her fee to marry us. So when we got married eventually, we only had my father and my wife's friend as guests and also witnesses, which was required. My father was also the photographer using his Polaroid camera. We spent only a total of $100 or about 5,000 pesos at the time, which was a gift from my father, and that year was 1985. Life was really hard, my friends, because while we were still starting our new life together, we were also sending nieces and nephews to college back home. In New York, I had to sell my car to reduce our expenses. We cannot even afford to cook good meat like steak or ribs. So we cook a lot of pork or beef neck bones and chicken feet, which were very tasty anyway. Okay. My friends, the lack of money limits your options and it can be very stressful. But being born poor and growing up poor was not my choice. They say that it's okay to be born poor, but it's not okay. It's not okay to remain poor. It's okay to be born poor, but it's not okay to remain poor. And so at one point, when I was probably in high school, I made a decision and a resolution that when I grow up and have my own family, I will do what it takes to make sure that my children and grandchildren will not experience what I had gone through. And God has blessed me with a wife who is committed to do the same. And He has blessed us with two amazing children. God is good, right? All the time. Amen. Praise the Lord. So, my friends, that's my story, which I'm always happy to share. My friends in the MYF know this already. Okay, so let's talk about money. Okay, now after building the foundational principles, very important. Now let's talk about money. So, ready? What does successful retirement mean to you? I'm on topic number three, successful retirement defined. Successful retirement defined. What does successful retirement mean to you? What is your ultimate retirement? What is your ultimate retirement? Is successful retirement not to be stressed about money for the rest of your life? Is it having a retirement income that is guaranteed and predictable for as long as you live? Is it being able to pay for your expenses? Is it is successful retirement being debt free? Is successful retirement owning your house outright? Is it being able to live the lifestyle that you want? Is it being finally able to have the things that you have been wanting to have all your life, to do the things you have been wanting to do, and to travel to the places that you have been wanting to see? Is successful retirement being able to spend time, as much time as you want, with your grandchildren? Is it having an emergency fund, which is the equivalent of about 1 year's income? Is your ultimate retirement having not to worry about healthcare costs or personal care, your personal care, if you suffered a debilitating illness? My friends, is successful retirement something that you want for yourself and for your spouse? Is successful retirement something that you want to have for yourself and for your spouse? Absolutely, right? Absolutely. What is longevity risk? Topic number four. What is longevity risk? My friends, what is your retirement fund? What is your retirement fund? Your GSIS and or SS pension? Because I know that I have some friends with two pensions because they work first in the private sector and then in the government sector or vice versa. Your savings and or your investments, or for your retirement fund, would you be depending on others like children, like your children, grandchildren, and the mercy of friends for your retirement? When you retire, will you have enough money to live on for the rest of your life? When you retire, will you have enough money to live on for the rest of your life? That's a big question, my friends. Let's say you were born a female and you want to retire, plan to retire at age 65. What if you will get to live through age 85? So 65 through age 85. That's 20 years of retirement before our good Lord calls you home, right? So, what plan do you have in place to make sure that you will not run out of money for those years, 20 years? Let's also say that you were born a male and you plan to retire at age 65. What if you will get to live to age 80? What if you'll get to live to age 80, 65 to 80? That's 15 years of retirement, correct? Women, by the way, tend to outlive men by about 5 years, according to actuaries, those professionals that compute for life expectancy. But what if instead of age 80 or 85, you're going to live through age 90 or 100? What if instead of 80 or 85, you're going to live through age 90 or 100? Because of scientific advancement and because more and more people are living healthier lives now, more and more people are living longer and longer these days. Is that true? That's why in the Philippines today, if you reach the age of 100, I heard the government will give you 100,000 pesos. Is that still being done today? I hope so. It's a reward to live longer. So from age 65 to age 90 or 100, okay, going back to the last line, now you're talking about at least 25 years or even 35 years of retirement, whether you were born either a man or a woman. So now we're talking about a lot more money to fund your retirement, right? Do you see the huge challenge ahead of you? Do you see the huge challenge ahead of you? Longevity risk is the risk of running out of money in your golden years. Longevity risk is the risk of outliving your money. Okay? What plan do you have in place to make sure that you'll have money to live on for the rest of your life while maintaining the quality of life that you want? Big question. What plan do you have in place to make sure that you'll have money to live on for the rest of your life while maintaining the quality of life that you want? Matching income with expenses. Topic number 5. Matching income with expenses. Topic number 5. If your goal is to have a safe and secure retirement, your retirement income should be sufficient to match your retirement expenses. If your goal is to have a safe and secure retirement, your retirement income should be sufficient to match your retirement expenses. My friends, do you agree? Do you agree? So, what will be your income and expenses when you retire? What will be your income and expenses when you retire? Okay, so you're looking at your slides. Let's talk about your essential expenses first. Essential, basic expenses, okay? And then compare them to your lifetime income sources that you're expecting to receive, okay? On the left hand side, essential expenses, sources, uh, expenses, okay? So you got your living expenses that include your food, housing, and clothing. And then next to that is healthcare. Is that essential? Of course it is. for your medical, dental, vision, taxes. We pay taxes, income taxes, property taxes, insurance premiums to maintain your life insurance, unless you you have a 20-year plan or 15-year plan, 10-year plan. Okay. Phone, internet, cable, TV. Are those basic expenses? Can you live without your phone? Can you live without your internet, without your cable TV? Well, maybe you can get rid of the cable TV, but not your phone and internet, right? Car or transportation. Okay. How about tithes and pledges? Tithes and pledges. Are those mon are those basic expenses? Essential? So now let's move on. So let's move on to the lifetime income sources. GSIS or SS pension. In America, we call that Social Security benefits. Okay. Employer provided pension. That's the one that your employer provides following your retirement. Annuities, we'll be talking more about that. High cash value life insurance, which must be properly structured and funded. So once you are done with that, identifying your essential expenses, lifetime income sources, you you add them together, and then the subtotals, you net them together. Okay? So it's good to make some assumptions. Your GSIS and SS pension, I know that you can find out how much you're going to have. Just go to their offices. Same thing with your employer pension. Okay? So, how does the picture look like? Will your income, will your lifetime or steady income sources be enough to meet your essential expenses? Will your lifetime or steady income sources be enough to meet your essential expenses? If not, then we have a problem here. If not, then we have a problem here. Are you with me? Now, let's do your discretionary expenses versus other income sources. Okay? Discretionary expenses include travel, entertainment, shopping, charity. Okay? I separated your pledges, tithes, and offering from here. So, charity to maybe your charitable organizations of choice. So, identify those, make some assumptions, and make your total. And then on the other side, other income sources like rental income. Um, if you have apartments, maybe from tenants. If you have a house, maybe you can have some income from your boarders. How about income from business? Business income. Maybe you can have a small poultry in the backyard, piggery, quail. You heard about quail? Eggs and the meat. That could be very profitable. Restaurant. Filipinos like to eat. We like to eat. So I know they're everywhere, but that can be a good business if your hobby is cooking. How about gardening? Gardening in your backyard. Okay. About lessons, giving lessons, music instruments lessons, math lessons. Here's another one. High yield CDs, certificate of deposits, dividend stocks. We'll talk more about that later. Dividend stock. So you net those two together. Okay. Does the picture here look so much better? Will your income from other sources be enough to fund your retirement, your discretionary expenses? Will it be enough? If not, then we have more challenges here, right? But how about if your other income sources are greater than your discretionary expenses? How about if your other income sources are greater than your discretionary expenses? That's awesome, right? Congratulations. You may use the surplus to supplement your lifetime sources, the one above, the income above that, and to increase your retirement nest egg. Retirement nest egg. Okay? Do not use your lifetime sources to fund your discretionary expenses or optional expenses. Do not use your lifetime sources to fund your discretionary expenses unless your lifetime sources is greater than your discretionary expenses. Unless your lifetime sources is greater than your discretionary expenses. Are you with me? You're not confused yet? Okay. This process of matching or projecting your retirement expenses versus your retirement income is critically and urgently needed if you want to have a successful retirement or happy retirement for that matter. By knowing what your numbers are going to look like, then at least you can start doing today what's needed to be done. You can start doing today what's needed to be done. Okay? Getting your retirement on track. Getting your retirement on track. Topic number 6. What is the state of your finances? What is the state of your finances? Is your retirement on track? If not on track, what has to happen to get it on track? Is your retirement on track? If not on track, what has to happen to get it on track? Do you need to cut your spending? Do you need to adopt a weekly or monthly household budget and stick to it? Do you need to save more? Do you need to pay down or pay off your debts to get your retirement on track? Do you need to start a business on the side while maintaining your principal job? Do you need to get a second job? If you're a pastor, ordained pastor, check with the bishop, okay? Or if you're a deaconess, check with your PPR, Pastor Parish Relations Committee. Do you need to cut on membership, subscriptions, and services you're not using but haven't yet canceled? Do you need to get rid of hobbies or vices that you cannot afford? Do you need to stop trying to impress people who don't even care about you or who don't even know you? How would you know if you are in serious financial trouble? How would you know if you are in serious financial trouble? Here are some signs that you might be struggling. If any apply to you, my friends, it's probably high time to seek help and take action. Okay? It's probably high time, very important, to seek help and take action. You have started using one credit card to pay off another card or are making only the minimum monthly payments. Your emergency fund or rainy day fund is shrinking and your savings account balance is dropping. You have started borrowing against your home equity. You have started getting collection notices and past due bills. Oh, I had those before. I've been through that. I've done that. You have started to avoid people you owe money to. Oh, I did that too before. You're delaying needed home maintenance, doctor appointments, or car or motorcycle repairs. You dread getting the mail and you want pickup calls you suspect are from creditors. You have to fight or argue with your spouse or kids about money. You have not been going to church lately because you feel bad for not being able to do your tithe, pledge, or offering. You like that? You have not been sleeping well, constantly worried about your financial situation. How about this one? Maybe because you're angry, depressed, or have become alcoholic, suicidal, or homicidal because of the financial stress in your household. My friends, are you serious? Are you in serious financial trouble? Are you in serious financial trouble? Do you need help? Do you need help? What action steps have you taken to change your situation? What action steps have you taken to change your situation? Filling the retirement expenses income gap. Number seven, filling the retirement expenses income gap. Topic number seven. So, do you see a big gap in your expenses and income when you retire? Do you see a big gap in your expenses and income when you retire? Well, if you want to start now filling that gap because you don't want to keep working until you drop dead, here are some ideas for you. Number one, rental properties. Rental properties, my favorite. Rental properties are to me the ultimate money machines. Ultimate money machines. Not only do they give you increasing passive income streams as the rents go up, but they also build massive wealth for you and your family as their market value go up. Okay? When market value go up, that's creating massive wealth for you. You can start with a house, duplex or condo. Then as you get used to it, you should buy another one and then buy another one and then buy another one. Are you with me? If your house is near places of employment or a college, you can also turn it into a boarding house. Yes? Or are you doing that already? Congratulations. Do you own or have you inherited a real property that's not being utilized? Well, can you turn it into a farmland? If not a rice field, cornfield, or vegetable farm, can you raise chickens, quails, pigs, goats for income? If you want to be successful in real estate, make sure that you talk to a licensed and highly experienced real estate broker who can guide you. Very important. Make sure that they're doing what they're telling you. If they're telling you that investing in real estate is good, ask them what investments do they have. Okay. In addition, also make sure that you hang around with people who are successful real estate investors themselves. Sounds good? Number two, annuities. Annuities. Okay, you heard of those before? Annuities. What are annuities? They are long term vehicles designed for retirement purposes. They are not intended to replace emergency funds to be used as income for day to day expenses or to fund short term savings goals. An annuity may be appropriate for individuals who want guaranteed interest rates and the potential for lifetime income. Guarantees are, however, subject to the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. So be very careful when buying an annuity. Make sure that you do your research. Make sure that you work with a licensed financial advisor like my friend Virgit Tolentino Eugenio. I think he's part of us today with Film Life and who is also a United Methodist leader. You can reach her on Facebook or Messenger, by the way. Okay? Dividend stocks. Dividend stocks. What are dividend stocks? They are stocks that distribute dividends on a regular basis. They are stocks that distribute dividends on a regular basis. If you are a retiree, you should prioritize dividend stocks over growth stocks. You should prioritize dividend stocks, as you might be too late for growth stocks if you're already retired or approaching retirement. Make sure that these are stable companies that will not close or fold and drag your savings down with them. Okay? Some of these dividend stocks can also provide you with modest growth, meaning the stock value goes up. Now, you need to do your research. We call that due diligence. Due diligence. You can write that down. And you need to talk to a licensed and dependable financial advisor like Virgie Tolentino Eugenio. Okay? They usually do what we call a suitability analysis. You can write that down. Suitability analysis to make sure that the product they recommend is based on your situation, needs, and goals. By the way, I keep saying Virgie's name, but I don't get paid for promoting Virgie, okay? I just want to be clear on that. She's a good friend, and I also know that she will do a good job for you. She will do a good job for you. When you talk to Virgie or to a banker, like my friend Cora, a bank vice president, also ask them about life insurance, long term care insurance, property insurance for your house and rentals, just in case they get burned down. So you have a replacement money. Okay. Government security bonds, you've heard of those? Treasury bills, unit investment trust funds, UITFs, modified pag-ibig 2, MP2, and high yield certificates of deposits, CDs. Okay? Number 4, ready? Get into sales. Get into sales. What I love about sales is that it's easy to get into. You don't need much capital to start your business. You are your own boss. You set your own schedule, and the potential income is unlimited. High income people, as you know, are usually in sales, di ba? High income people are usually in sales. Financial services can be an excellent one for you. Talk to Virgie again. But you need to be, that is, if you are money motivated, ambitious, dissatisfied in your current situation, and if you want to help people. Okay? Those are the qualities that they're looking for. You can make money from your commissions on your own personal sales if you are in financial services. You can make money from overriding your associates that you recruit, train, and lead. And you can also make money from your periodic fees or policy renewal commissions. Another field is real estate brokerage sales. Real estate brokerage sales. Just like a good financial advisor, if you're a good real estate broker, you can turn your yearly income at your current job into a monthly income at your business. You like that? From yearly income into a monthly income. However, you must pass the licensing exam given by the PRC. If this is something that you're interested in, I can refer you to my good friends, Lynn and Jane, who are top real estate brokers in the Philippines and who, just like Virgie, are also multi-million producers and millionaire real estate investors themselves. Just let me know. Okay. Another very profitable sales business is pharmaceutical sales. Pharmaceutical sales being a med rep, you know, medical representative, especially especially now with COVID. There will be a widespread need for COVID vaccines, maybe every year, just like the flu vaccine, for many years to come. My nephew, Jong, was a mid rep before coming to the US. He was selling only a couple of vaccines when he was in the Philippines. He was supplying some schools and clinics with vaccines, and he was making millions of pesos a year for over 20 years. But what if you sell not only vaccines, but also antibiotics, cancer therapy drugs, and other prescription medications, and supplying entire hospitals? Can you see how huge of an income you can make? Pharmaceutical sales. Do you like cars or motorbikes? Maybe car or motorbike sales is worth pursuing. Car or motorbike sales. How about electrical supply store? Electrical supply store. My good friend Jaime owns a thriving electrical supply store in Baguio City. Go visit him sometimes. Okay, he's a United Methodist. How about an electronics store? Electronics store or a grocery store? Grocery store. And how about this? How about food supplements distribution through network marketing? Network marketing. I think you're very familiar with that. I think sometimes you call it multi level, but for me, I call that network marketing. That seems to be a good one also. My friends Cesar and Ning in Isabela and my other friend Nida in Australia have been doing it for some time. And my other friend Jovi is into it now, following her retirement from working overseas as a midtech. Number five, income from your expertise. Income from your expertise. Can you monetize your talents, skills, experience, and hobbies? Can you monetize your talents, skills, experience, and hobbies? Can you write a book? Do you paint artwork? Can you give voice or music instrument lessons? Can you do math tutoring and college entrance review lessons? Can you help prepare nurses and therapists for their TOEFL test of English as a foreign language exam? Can you do consulting services, maybe in sales, accounting, IT, information technology, legal, or medical? Are you with me? I'm sure there are other fields. Sales is very profitable, my friends. Number six, get all your money machines to work. Get all your money machines to work. My friends, this is not the time to relax, to just take it easy, or to just wait for God to provide. You need to get up. You need to get moving. You must take advantage of the talents, good health, and opportunities to prosper that God has given you. Do you agree? Do you agree? If you are facing a huge retirement income deficit, you really need to speed up instead of slowing down because you might be running out of time. Let's get all your money machines working, like what my friend Daisy and her husband have been doing. In addition to their GSIS pension, SS pension, and salary, they also have a building and grounds maintenance business, boarding house, and apartment rentals. But as busy as they are in their jobs and businesses, they are equally busy in their church. They're equally busy in their church. Kaya idol ko sila. Number 7, the wealth formula. Very important concept. The wealth formula. What is the wealth formula? What is the wealth formula? It goes like this: money plus or minus interest plus time minus inflation minus taxes equals wealth. You following? So you can write it down: money plus minus interest plus time minus inflation minus taxes equals wealth. Okay, here's the explanation. Compounding interest works for you. Compounding interest works for you if you are a saver and investor. If you're a saver and investor. That's why you need to save and invest. That's why you need to save and invest. Compounding interest works against you. It works against you if you are a borrower. That's why you must get out of debt and stay out of debt, as Kier mentioned in the beginning. Okay, get out of debt, stay out of debt. Are you with me? Money needs time to grow, mga kapatid. That's why the earlier you begin saving and investing, the better. The earlier you begin saving and investing, the better. For example, and Kier mentioned this earlier, we paid only 280,000 for our house where we live about 8 years ago. Now, its market value is about 600,000. So 280 to 600,000, or at 10% annual appreciation rate. 10% annual appreciation rate. We also own an apartment building, the one that Kier mentioned, and we paid $600,000, 600,000 21 years ago. Now, based on its current income and lot size, it's worth about 4 million, 4, or a 9.45 annual appreciation rate. Not bad, right? So that's how, the compounding interest works. Inflation, let's talk about inflation. Inflation means your money loses its value because of the increasing prices of goods and services. Inflation means your money loses its value because of the increasing prices of goods and services. That's why the bus fare from Manila to Santiago Isabela, where I'm from, was about, I think, 50 pesos in 1976. Today, it's about 600,000 pesos. I just checked on air-conditioned Victory liner, or a 1,100% increase, 1,100% increase. That's inflation. If your money in your retirement savings account now, is earning only 2%, is that a good interest rate for your savings? You are losing money to inflation, which is 4.5%. 4.5% in April 2021 in the Philippines, according to the PSA, or Philippines Statistics Office, where my friend Daisy is a department head in Solano, Nueva Vizcaya. That's why you should consider maybe buying a farmland or a building that you can turn into 3 or 5 apartment units with some of your retirement savings. Real estate, as I've mentioned, appreciates way more than the inflation rate. Okay, so let's review. Money, positive interest, and time are the creators of wealth. Money, positive interest, and time create wealth. Negative interest, inflation, and taxes are the killers of wealth. Negative interest, inflation, and taxes are the killers of wealth. That's why in the formula, they are negative. Taxes, as you know, are something that you cannot hide away from, both in life and in death, as you know. You pay taxes when you make money, called income tax. When you spend your money, called sales tax or VAT, value added tax, you pay. When you save your money, you pay income tax again on the interest. When you invest your money and you sell that investment, you pay sales tax and more income tax. And even when you die, you pay tax again. That's called estate tax, ESTATE, estate tax, charged against your state, and inheritance tax that your children will pay. Wow. In life and in death, taxes will chase you, correct? Number nine. Number eight, the high cost of waiting. High cost of waiting. If you keep postponing when to start saving, you will need to put more money as you come closer to your retirement. If you keep postponing when to start saving, you will need to put more money as you come closer to your retirement. Here's an example that shows how the monthly amount required to reach 1 million pesos for retirement changes with how much time you hit you have to hit that goal in an 8% tax deferred hypothetical account. So let's say your goal is 1 million pesos in retirement fund. So in one column, number of years, here, next slide, please. Number of 8 years until 1 million pesos retirement goal met. And on the right hand side, monthly investment. Okay. Let's say you have 40 years on the left hand side, 40 years to go before retirement. So you're probably 25 years old now. So it's perfect. That's why I have encouraged younger professionals to participate in this webinar. This is perfect for you. So you have 40 years to go before retiring. Your monthly investments is only 286, so that you'll have 1 million pesos when you retire at age 65. If you have 35 years to go, your monthly investments is 435. 30 years to go, 670 pesos. 25 years to go, 1,051 pesos. You have 20 years to go, almost 1,700, 1,700 pesos. 15 years to go, 2889, 2,889 pesos. 10 years to go, look at that, 5466, 500, 5,466. And how about if you have 5 years to go? Okay, you see this, Manang PB or Nance? 13,609 monthly investments to reach 1 million after 5 years. In this hypothetical example, a yearly 8% compounded interest is assumed, and any taxes, fees, or charges associated with investments are not reflected. How about if your retirement goal is 2 million pesos? 2 million pesos. Just double your monthly investments. That's what you do. Okay? As you can see on the chart, the earlier you start saving, the smaller the monthly amount that you need to invest. By waiting too long, it will cost you more, right? By waiting too long, it will cost you more. Now, the flip side of the high cost of waiting is the power of saving early. The power of saving early. If you start saving and investing at an early age, the greater will be the wealth that you're going to accumulate for you and your family. If you start saving and investing at an early age, the greater will be the wealth that you're going to accumulate for you and your family. Sounds good? Number nine, the impact of losses. The impact of losses. Warren Buffett, one of the wealthiest people in the world, has two rules of money. Rule number one, rule number one, don't lose money. Don't lose money. Rule number two, you know what that is? Well, you're looking at the slide. Don't forget rule number one. Rule number two, don't forget rule number one. Okay? Had I listened to these money rules during the Great Recession in 2008 to 2012, when my wife and I we lost so much money because I was so stubborn to keep the doors of my real estate offices open for business, even though we were already bleeding so much financially. We should have been way much better financially today had I listened, but I did not listen. And it took us about 10 years to recover from that debacle. Luckily, we were still much younger 10 years ago, so we have had more ability to recover. I was also blessed that my wife was fully supportive and I did not lose my mind. I did not lose my mind. Maybe almost. That was hard. God is good, right? All the time. My spiritual coach, Pastor Dres, has kept reminding me God is good all the time. Count your blessings. What does it take to fully recover from a 50% loss? What does it take to fully recover from a 50% loss? Next slide. Here. 100%. Oh, not yet. Sorry. 100% gain is needed to just get back even. Let's go back here. Yeah, thank you. Take a look at this chart. You don't have it? Okay. I don't know what happened. Next. Okay. I'm sorry. I think I missed that page. But okay. Let's say you lost 10%. To get back even to your original investment, you need a gain of 11%. So the pair for negative 10% is plus 11%. Negative 20%, if you lost 20%, you need positive 25%, 25% gain. If you lost 30%, you need 43% to get back even. Minus 40%, you need 67% gain to get back even. Minus 50%, you need 100% gain to get back even. For example, if you invested 100 pesos for simplicity and you suffered a 50% loss on that 100 pesos, now you only have 50 pesos left, correct? So to just get back to even or 100 pesos where you started, you need 100% gain. 100% gain because you only have 50 pesos left to get back to your original 100 pesos investments. Are you with me? My friends, do you want to gamble with your retirement? Do you want to gamble with your retirement? If you are participating in highly risky investments, or if you're investing your retirement fund in a business that you're not even familiar with, or have not even done any prior research or feasibility study, write it down, feasibility study. I think you are gambling with your retirement. I think you're gambling with your retirement. Do you agree? Do you agree? Number 10, stay healthy. That's the last one on this topic. Stay healthy. What's the point of building your retirement fund when you will not be around to enjoy it because you're not taking care of your health? What's the point of building your retirement fund when you will not be around to enjoy it because you're not taking care of your health? Are you with me? Did you know that any critical illness, such as heart attack, stroke, kidney failure, or severe case of COVID, and you need hospitalization, and terminal illness such as cancer, can easily erase, destroy, pulverize your savings and retirement fund. Do you know that? That's why you must consider getting a life insurance and long-term care insurance ASAP, as soon as possible, while you can qualify. Okay? Are you watching what you eat and how much you eat? Are you watching what you eat and how much you eat? Sabi ni Mrs., yung pagkain daw ay nagiging lason sa katawan pag nagkakaedad ka na, di ba? Are you eating less salty, less oily, and less sugary foods? Sabi nila, kung ayaw mong tumanda, kumain ka lang ng kumain ng matatamis, maalat, at mamantikang pagkain para mamatay ka ng mas maaga at sa ganon ay hindi ka na tatanda. Di ba? Are you eating vegetables and fruits daily? 2 to 3 servings a day daw. Are you eating less and less rice? Are you eating less and less rice or similar carbohydrates? Ang magandang strategy dito, dahil ginawa ko na, ay palitan ng mas maliit ang iyong lutuan at mga plato, kainan. Pag naubos mo na ang iyong unang serving, ay huwag ka nang bumalik ng pangalawa pa. Mabuti yung konting kanin lang dahil napakamahal ng bigas anyway, di ba? Are you drinking more water and less soda and other artificially sweetened drinks? Are you drinking more water and less soda and other artificially sweetened drinks? Kailangang sanayin ang ating panglasa sa hindi matamis, sabi nila. Makakatipid ka ng husto dahil ang tubig, yung nakabaso, ay libre pa hanggang ngayon, di ba? So, free. Water is free. Are you watching your weight periodically? Are you watching your weight periodically? Isinusulat ko ang timbang ko araw-araw para mas madaling kontrolin. Are you exercising or walking daily? Are you exercising or walking daily? Mula noong nagsimula akong nag-iingat sa pagkain, noong January, ay naglalakad araw-araw. Ang timbang ko ay bumaba mula 84 kilos hanggang 70 kilos sa ngayon. 84 to 70. So, 16 kilos ang difference. Hindi na ako madaling mapagod, mas madaling huminga, mas mabilis akong maglakad, at sabi pa ni Mrs. ay mas sexy pa daw ako ngayon. Dahil ang waistline ko ay lumiit from 34 to 30, size 34 to size 30, at malapit na ako sa size 28. Parang noong binata pa ako. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting enough sleep? Bababa ang iyong blood pressure at blood sugar at mas magandang pakiramdam kung nakakatulog ka ng gusto, di ba? Do you easily get upset? Do you easily get upset? Baka namang masyado kang sensitive at maiksi ang iyong pasensya. Masama sa iyo yan, di ba? Are you seeing your doctor and dentist regularly? Are you seeing your doctor and dentist regularly? Ito, very important, mas magandang pumunta sa doktor mo na nakatayo at naglalakad ka pa kaysa yung nasa wheelchair or stretcher ka na, di ba? Kailangan ding magpa-dentista lagi kasi yung gingivitis daw ay hindi lang nagdudulot ng bad breath, kundi masama daw sa puso yan, sabi ng friend kong si Dr. Gigi. What is financial wellness? Topic number 8. What is financial wellness? Financial health, according to Deepak Chopra, a physician, best-selling author and spiritual growth, is more than just where you stand with your money. If you are financially stressed, it will send your cortisol's level up and weaken your immune system. You have inflammation going up, which makes you more susceptible to chronic and acute illness, even COVID 19, he said. Here are Chopra's 5 tips for financial wellness. Don't spend money you have not earned to buy things that you don't need and to impress people you don't like. Don't spend money you have not earned to buy things that you don't need and to impress people you don't like. Ayos ba yan? Number two, put away 10% of your income every month. Put away 10% of your income every month. Number three, find an employer who takes care of their employees and other benefits and offers benefits like retirement, disability, and insurance. Find an employer who takes care of their employees and offers benefits like retirement, disability, and insurance. Work with friends and people you like. Otherwise, you won't be successful in your career. Number four, don't ignore your body, mind, and emotions. Don't ignore your body, mind, and emotions. If you have a healthy body, if you have good relationships emotionally, and you are a rested mind, you will make wise financial decisions. Number five, make other people successful, which is the best way to be successful yourself. Make other people successful, which is the best way to be successful yourself. I found in my career that if I could make other people make money, I could make money as well, Dr. Chopra said. My friends, what has to happen to change your finances for the better? What has to happen to change your finances for the better? Preparing for a successful retirement. Topic number 9. Preparing for successful retirement. Topic number 9. We're almost done, okay? We're almost done. People don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. People don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. Do you agree? I saw a church friend last week when I was out walking, and I asked her if she is already retired. Her response was, "Yes, Gideon, I'm already retired and broke." Yes, I'm already retired and broke. Wow, how sad to hear that. It is said that preparation prevents poor performance. Preparation prevents poor performance. And a spectacular performance is always preceded by a spectacular preparation. A spectacular performance is always preceded by spectacular preparation. My friends, my friends, what happens when you don't prepare for successful retirement? What happens when you don't prepare for a successful retirement? Well, you could be like my church friend who said that she's and broke, retired and broke. Remember the parable of the 10 maidens in Matthew 25? Parable of the 10 maidens in Matthew 25. 5 of them were wise or smart, mayroong diskarte, mayroong diskarte. And they prepared well for the future. They prepared well for the future. While the other 5 were foolish and they procrastinated, kampante lang sila. Kampante lang sila. So they were not ready when Christ came. They were not ready when Christ came. My friends, are you with me? Are you with me? If you are, then let's make some decisions today by making a short list of simple, clear, and urgent action steps This will be your to-do checklist that you commit to doing from this day forward after discussing it with your spouse or family. It's very important that you involve them for their input and support. Ready? On your notebook, I hope you have a notebook or a blank piece of paper. Draw a cross in the middle of the page like this. You see it? Okay, that's a cross. And then label its column like what you see on this slide. Make sure to write today's date and your name so that you can claim ownership and accountability. Okay, one more time. Get it? That's a cross. All right. On the start doing column, what are the top 3 action steps that you need to start doing immediately to change your finances and your life? What are the top 3 action steps that you need to start doing immediately to change your finances and your life? I know that it's entirely up to you, but to remember to write only simple and clear action steps. And these are examples I will give you. Start counting my blessings always, whether there's a pandemic or not. Start counting my blessings always, whether there's a pandemic or not. Start putting my family first in my priorities. Start putting my family first in my priorities. Start embracing change as the situation becomes different. Start embracing change as the situation becomes different. Start pursuing excellence and becoming the best I can be. Start pursuing excellence and becoming the best I can be. Start approaching people with a desire to learn from them. Start approaching people with a desire to learn from them. Start seeing the good in people and in my situation or experiences. Start seeing the good in people and in my situation or experiences. Start paying attention to my finances. Start paying attention to my finances. Start living within my means. Start living within my means. Start saving. Start saving. Start getting out of debt. Start getting out of debt. Start matching my essential expenses with my lifetime income sources during retirement. Start matching my essential expenses with my lifetime income sources during retirement. Start matching or projecting my discretionary expenses with my other income sources during retirement. Start matching or projecting my discretionary expenses with my other income sources during retirement. Start getting my retirement on track. Start getting my retirement on track. Start building my retirement nest egg or money machines to make sure that I'll never outlive my money. Start building my retirement nest egg or money machines to make sure that I'll never outlive my money. Start hanging out with positive people who share the same goals. Start hanging out with people who share the same goals. Start educating myself about personal finance by reading literature on the internet and by watching financial independence videos on YouTube. We call that the YouTube University. Start educating myself about personal finance by reading literature on the internet and by watching financial independence videos on YouTube. There you go. So 3 minutes to complete that list. Start doing. We're getting there. We're almost done. So By the way, I just got a group text from one of my friends. If you retire is age 67, retirement age is 67, life expectancy is 78. Work for 50 years to maybe enjoy 11 years. Start enjoying life now. No one is guaranteed tomorrow. Anyway, so done. Let's move on to stop doing. That okay, Kier? Let's move on to stop doing. What are your top three action steps that you must stop doing immediately to change your finances and your life? What are your top three that you must stop doing immediately to change your finances and your life? Just like the first category, use simple and clear sentences like, and these are examples, stop denying that I'm broke. Stop denying that I'm broke. As you know, acceptance is critical to change our situation, diba? Stop talking to negative people or those broke than me, more broke than me. Stop denying or pretending that money is not that important. Stop denying or pretending that money is not that important. Stop not doing anything to make my finances and my life better. Stop not doing anything to make my finances and my life better. Stop wasting my time on social media, reading and listening to conspiracy theories, politics, and about the lives of other people. Stop wasting my time on social media, reading and listening to conspiracy theories, politics, and about the lives of other people. Do you like that? Stop putting my family secondary to my business, friends, or volunteer work. Stop putting my family secondary to my business, friends, or volunteer work. Stop being average. Stop being average. Stop being negative. Stop being negative. Stop resisting change. Stop resisting change. Stop complaining. Stop complaining. Stop blaming others. Okay? Stop blaming others. Stop depending on others for financial support. Stop depending on others for financial support. Stop asking for money. Stop asking for money. Stop borrowing money. Stop borrowing money. Stop participating in get rich quick schemes. Stop participating in get rich quick schemes. Ang tawag dyan ay sugal o fraud. Hindi na naman talaga investment yan, di ba? Stop commingling my business funds or funds entrusted to me with my personal funds. Stop commingling my business funds or funds entrusted to me with my personal funds. Para alam mo kung kumikita ka nga talaga sa iyong business at para hindi mo magastos yung pera na ipinagkatiwala sa iyo. Tulad yung pera ng simbahan, di ba? Okay? I know, it happens. Stop my vices or hobbies that can make me look bad to my family and my friends. Stop my vices or hobbies that can make me look bad to my family and my friends. Kailangang maging mabuting halimbawa sa kanila, di ba? Stop trying to impress people who don't even know me or might not even care about me. Stop trying to impress people who don't even know me or might not even care about me. Tama na ang pasikat dahil it's making you broke. Tama ba? Tama na ang pasikat. Stop feeling that I'm not good enough. Stop feeling that I'm not good enough. Nasaan ang iyong paniniwala sa iyong sarili? Kung hindi ka believe sa iyong kakayahan, paano believe sa iyo ang iyong pamilya at mga kaibigan? Di ba? Stop fearing failure. Stop fearing failure. Lahat ng highly successful people ay dumaan sa maraming failure. Di ba? Okay, let's spend 3 minutes to complete your list. Stop doing. Mga kapatid, talagang ganyan. Kung gusto nyong ng success, ay sakripisyo. Okay, focus on it. Mag-iiba ang iyong finances at buhay. I've been there, so I know. And I've seen other people who've gone through the same process. Now they're enjoying their life and retirement. Done? Okay, let's move on to do more. Do more. What are your top 3? What are your top 3? Use simple and clear sentences like, and these are examples, attend more seminars or webinars that can make my finances and life better. Attend more seminars or webinars that can make my finances and life better, just like this one. Spend more time with people who are competitive and who like to win like me. Spend more time with people who are competitive and who like to win like me. Be more patient. Be more patient. Work harder. Work harder. Sabi nga nila, kung kulang ka daw sa talents o skills, ay daanin mo na lang sa hard work. Pwede ba yan? Of course, pwede. Make more. Make more. Mas madaling mag-ipon kung mas malaki ang iyong kinikita. Di ba? Save more. Save more. Iba daw ang paglakad at dating mo kung mas malaki ang savings mo. Tama ba? Iba daw ang paglakad at dating mo kung mas malaki ang savings mo. Pay off more debts. Pay off more debts para makatulog ka ng husto, di ba? Invest more in real estate. Invest more in real estate para yumaman ka ng husto, di ba? Be more accountable for my actions. Be more accountable for my actions. Kailangan ng maraming gawa, hindi lang puro salita, di ba? Be more mentally tough. Be more mentally tough. Tibayan pa ang loob, di ba? Be nicer to my spouse and kids. Be nicer to my spouse and kids. Siyempre, para sa kanila, kaya ka kumakayod ng gusto. Tama? Become a better example to my children, friends, and clients about money. Become a better example to my children, friends, and clients about money. Paano ka paniniwalaan kung di mo na ginagawa mga sinasabi mo? Amen? Be more grateful to God and other people, especially my family, friends, clients, and advocates. Be more grateful to God and other people, especially my family, friends, clients, and advocates. Kasi kung wala sila, anong mayroon ka? Thank you, Lord. Di ba? Thank you, Lord. Drink more water. Drink more water. Libre ito at maganda sa iyong balat, kidneys at circulation, di ba? Tulad ng sabi ni Dr. Willie Ong. Exercise more. Exercise more. Libre din ito, sabi ni Dr. Willie, at maganda sa iyong kalusugan at looks. Sleep more. Sleep more. Libre na naman to, ayon kay Dr. Willie, at maganda sa ating kalusugan. Mas palangiti ka kung nakatulog ka ng gusto, di ba? Okay, let's use 2 minutes to complete that list. Your top 3. Do more. Sabi ng isa, yes, sleep is a need, not luxury. Yes, tama po. Tama po. Kasi kung kulang ka sa tulog, ay tataas ang iyong blood pressure at blood sugar. Masama yon. Sa iyong puso, masama sa kidneys, di ba? I've been there. I know. Okay. Done? Finally, the last category, do less. Do less. What are your top 3? What are your top 3? Again, let's use simple, specific, and clear sentences like, and these are examples, be less negative. Be less negative. Be less rigid in my outlook. Be less rigid in my outlook. Focus less on things that I cannot control. Focus less on things that I cannot control. Spend less. Spend less. Borrow less. Borrow less. Invest in less risky investments. Invest in less risky investments, especially when you're retired already or about to retire. Do you still want to gamble with your retirement? Kung nawala ang retirement fund mo, baka too late na para makapag-recover ka pa. Baka too late na para makapag-recover ka pa. Sang-ayon kayo? Sang-ayon kayo? Less shopping. Less shopping. Isa ito sa mga benefits ng COVID, di ba? Less eating out. Less eating out. Isa na namang benefit ng pandemya. Di ba? Eat less. Eat less. Maganda ito, hindi lang para sa savings mo, kundi para rin sa iyong kalusugan at looks. Di ba? Way less. Way less. Para manatiling malusog at cute. Di ba? Hold fewer parties or less expensive celebrations. Hold fewer parties or less expensive celebrations para makatipid at madagdagan ng mabilis ang savings mo. Tama? At saka medyo nasanay na yata ang mga tao dahil sa pandemya Konti na lang ang mga parties. I think that's good. That's good. Makakatipid tayo ng gusto. Okay, 2 minutes to complete your list. Mga kapatid, do you need more time?
I think we can proceed, sir.
Okay. All right, Kier. I hear you. So all done? Mga kapatid, congratulations. Congratulations. Now you have your to-do checklist. You probably can improve it some more tonight. Not tomorrow, tonight. Oh no, today, today. Okay, it's tonight for us here, today for you there. This is your to-do checklist. You have it now to change the state of your finances and hopefully your life and your retirement for the better. I strongly recommend that you discuss your checklist with your family and get them involved so that it will be a group effort. Okay. Also, and this is very important, don't file, do not file your checklist away. Instead, type it in big and bold letters, post a copy everywhere on your refrigerator, on your bathroom mirror, and on your whiteboard at work. Take a picture and use that as a background or the background of your smartphone and your laptop. Why? So that you're reminded often and it keeps you always focused on your goals. Okay? This to do checklist, if completed, should change your finances, your life, and your retirement for the better. This to do checklist, if completed, should change your finances, your life, and your retirement for the better. And after completing each item on your list, your initial list, write down your next top three up for each category. Okay? So after completing the initial list, get a subsequent list made. Success does not happen overnight, my friends, as you know, because success is usually the result of our hard work and intentional efforts repeated day in and day out. Success does not happen overnight because success is usually the result of our hard work and intentional efforts repeated day in and day out. If you really want success that bad, you will do what it takes to make it happen. If you don't want it that bad, it's easy to come up with excuses why not. If you really want success that bad, you will do what it takes to make it happen. If you don't want it that bad, it's easy to come up with excuses why not. Money alone does not provide us with happiness and fulfillment, as you know, but remember that money can also provide us with options. Money can also provide us with options, including providing for our family, being able to help our church and our friends, and living the lifestyle that we want now and then later in our golden years, diba? And what is the goal of money? What is the goal of money? To make you happy, to make you happy, to make you feel secure, to make you feel secure. Do you agree? Do you agree? Would you be happy and would you feel secure if you are debt free? If you own your home outright? If you have an emergency fund? If you have more savings? If you have more money machines creating passive income streams and massive wealth for you and your family? Would you be happy and feel secure if you will never run out of money in your retirement? Of course, you would. Absolutely. Right? Right? Do you think that the cemetery is full of people who died with regrets because they were not able to have the things that they wanted to have for themselves and for their loved ones, or to do the things that they wanted to do with their families, or to travel together to the places that they wanted to see because of lack of money? My friends, success is a choice, and so is failure. Success is a choice, and so is failure. Excellence is a choice, and so is being average. Excellence is a choice, and so is being average. They call that mediocrity. Mediocrity. Excellence propels you to the top where it's not crowded and there's abundance. Excellence propels you to the top where it's not crowded and there is abundance. Whereas being average or mediocre holds you to the bottom where it is crowded and its scarcity is everywhere. Whereas being average holds you to the bottom where it is crowded and its scarcity is everywhere. Thank you, Bishop Pete. Thank you, Kiera Campo, and everyone for this opportunity.